Okay. Hey Guy and Robbie, excuse my face. I kind of munted it. I was running along some rock walls and then I went face first into it and now I split my chin open. But anyway, I've got my questions for my video reflection, so we're just gonna go through that. What you have created in the trimester. So I guess the two main things I've created is the poetic documentary. As well as the final documentary. So basically the poetic documentary was a poetic documentary about me doing the things that I love, like spearfishing and going to the beach with friends and hanging out. Poetic side of the documentary, I guess, was a contrast between the things that I love and like going spearfishing and going swimming and just being in the water compared to being in the city. So I think getting away to the beach, it just makes the city a bit more bearable, and you know, going back to my roots and figuring out who the hell I am, you know. The main documentary was just a documentary about me sinking my boat, so yeah. It was actually really fun. I really enjoyed it. What have you learnt in the trimester? So from that first thing that we made, the poetic documentary, I kind of learnt that like I can really do the things that I love, like filming and going to the beach and stuff, and I can really make it into work to do with school. So I think sometimes I get a little bit stressed with film and film school and what we're doing, because I kind of have this idea that like to make films I gotta like sacrifice some of my other hobbies and some of the other things that I enjoy. But at the end of the day, I think I can really just, you know, I can go sailing, I can pick up new hobbies, I can go spearfishing and make them into videos, and they turn out just as good as any film that I've made. So I think that was one thing that I definitely learnt from the poetic documentary. One of the main things that I've learnt from the main documentary that we made, as well as just kind of something that I've come to realization over in film school, is that sometimes the best made films and the most authentic films are just unplanned. There's just no preparation for them and they just happen. And I think that's why, I don't know why I have these AirPods in. I think that's why I kind of film everything all the time, and because I don't know what's going to happen and when and why, and if I filmed it, then, you know, maybe I can create something cool out of it, like a cool documentary about sinking a boat. So I think that's one of the main things I've come to realization, is authenticity and just spontaneity of making a film sometimes turns out really good. And I figured that out before I even came to uni. I made a film called Home. Sorry, I wrote that film in the daytime with Joy and Alice, and then we shot it at night and then edited it and then submitted it by the morning, and it turned out really good. It's probably the best film that we have made, and it's won a lot of awards in heaps of different festivals, which is just crazy. But it just kind of goes to show that I think sometimes to make a good film, you need to really be feeling it and you need to be in that situation. So yeah, I think that's why I really like my documentary this try, because I am still obsessed with sailing and I still want to definitely get a boat, and I think I still have a lot to learn. But editing that documentary was just awesome, because I mean, I spend half my time watching sailing videos on the internet, so it was no different to just watch myself in those sailing videos and edit it and make a story and make it interesting. So it was really cool to make that. What have you learnt about your own practice during the trimester? So again, I think one of my strongest points with authenticity of my films is spontaneity. So making things on the go and kind of just rolling with whatever happens and then going back and creating a story out of it. I think that's one of my strong points, and I've kind of slowly beginning to realize that I have some form of style, especially in editing. I think it's quite fragile and soft in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like my craft of editing is quite soft and precise in some points, especially with music and dialogue. I kind of really want to make sure that they are cohesive and flow together, and one doesn't overpower the other. But yeah. So, what you plan to do to improve next trimester? So next trimester is music videos, which will actually be really cool. I haven't really ever shot a music video, but I feel like I definitely do want to improve on sound editing. I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Victoria said that we're allowed to pick electives, and I'm definitely going to pick audio as an elective, because I mean, it just goes hand in hand. I definitely want to improve on capturing sound, and I need to start to realize the importance that it has in film, and really, you know, it has its own craft basically, and I'm yet to learn a lot about that. Oh, the chickens are going crazy. Where do I think I fit on the overall grade scale? I feel like my processes have definitely been all over the shop throughout this trimester, and I think my attendance hasn't been that great, but the outcomes that I've come out with have been really awesome. Like, in my opinion, I really like my poetic doco, and I really like my major documentary this try. But I think yeah, I think I could have definitely put in more effort through the processes of creating those things. So I feel like I would probably just go with a distinction, because I still have created something that I enjoy, but I feel like I didn't put 110% into it. But yeah, that's pretty much where I think I fit.
Hey, Jarvis.
Oh, what's good, Taji?
What are you up to?
Where the hell have you been?
I've been down south for a little bit.
I was doing a thingy.
I know, I was watching.
Oh,
I'm not the most trendy person you've ever seen.
Oh, get it out of here. Are they my keys?
No, they're like it.
Oh, sure.
We just got the
Get
same
that
stuff.
monster thing off. I put mine on for
I
2
thought it
days
was
and I was
funny.
like...